like this. The following observations have been made from the test of a 4-cylinder 4-stroke petrol engine. The diameter of the cylinder is found to be 100 millimeters. The stroke is found to be 150 millimeters and the speed is 1600 rpm. If the area of the indicator diagram is 5.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4 meter square. See, I told that area under your PV diagram is nothing but here it shows the work done. So in the similar fashion here also area of the AC, there is one instrument called as planimeter. So this planimeter is used to measure the surface area of your indicator diagram. So you will have that particular experiment in the lab. You will come to know what is it actually. So the length of the indicator diagram is 55 millimeters, and there is a spring it has a constant of 35 bar per millimeter. So please determine the indicated power of the engine. So let's try to solve this. Solution. Okay, let's try to write what is the data that is given. So diameter is 100 mm. So if 100 by 1000 it is 0.1 millimeter. The stroke length is 150 mm. It is 0.15 meters. Speed number of cylinders, let me call it as K. It is 4-cylinder engine. 4 and the speed is 1600 rpm. Okay. So this being a 4-stroke engine, so your N is equal to N by 2. Okay. Then your small n is equal to 800 rpm. Small n is equal to 800 rpm. Then area. So as I told, area is equal to 5.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4 meter square. So length of the diagram is, if I call it as LD, it is 55 millimeter or 0.55. Okay, so it is 0.055 meters. Okay, then you have the spring constant. So let me call it as some Ks, which is 35 bar per millimeter. So this is what they are given. So first we need to find the mean effective pressure. See, the mean effective pressure is given by the mean effective pressure PM is given by your area of the indicator diagram into your spring constant, because it is done using that particular instrument. So divided by your LD. So area is 5.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4, okay, into your spring constant is 3 points, so that is 35 bar, okay. So 35 into 10 to the power of 5 per millimeter. Then your LD is actually, it is 0.055. 0.055. So if you try to find it, I am getting the mean effective pressure is around, so 3.5 bar. Okay, I am getting a 3.5 bar. So this I am getting as 3.5 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square or 3.5 bar.
Sir, isn't the spring constant value in bar per mm should be converted to bar per meter, right, sir?
May not be. See, if you try to keep this, it should be bar per millimeter, no? Then it should be converted to, so divided by 1000 you have to do. So, yeah, 35,000 into millimeters. So then only, no, it is 3.5 bar per 3.5 bar per, no, 35 bar means 35 and 20 per, though that has to be converted to meters. So This has to be converted. So 35 10 to the power of 5 divided by 1000. So this will be 3500. So 3500, 3000, that is divided by 1000. Okay, this is into 1000. Yeah, divided by 1000. So this will be 5.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4 into 35 10 to the power of 5 divided by 0.055 divided by 1000. I have to get around 3.5 bar. So the calculations have gone wrong. Okay. So what is it? I'm getting around 35 Newton per meter square. So the numbers are going wrong. Maybe this is, maybe it is a mega bar or something. It is 35 bar or it's in mega bar or something. The value. I should get 3.5. So divided by 10 to the power of 5 I do. 35 bar. Should have been 35 bar per millimeter. One minute, that's just conversion we need to check. I should get 3.5 bar. 35 10 to the 5. No, it is actually 35 3.5 into 10 to the power of 4. So 35 into 10 to the power of 3.5 into 10 to the power of 5 bar actually. 3.5 into 10 to the power of 5 actually. 3.5 10 to the power of 5 into, there is something here. This is 35,000. 35 1 2 3 4. So 35,000. So 35 or 350,000 bar per millimeter. So then only this value will come. So into 10 to the power of 8. So then I'm going to get it actually. So there is some conversion problem it was actually. So you take that instead of 35 bar, I take it as, because it's per millimeter. No, that was with respect to some centimeter or something. So while converting, this number has changed. So this should be 350,000 or 3,50,000 bar per millimeter. So that number, so that I'm getting around 3.5 bar. This is the mean effective pressure. Okay, that's fine. Now indicated power. So indicated power. So indicated power, this being the 4-stroke engine, your IP or capital IP is given by, so PM, the mean effective pressure, into L into A into N divided by 60 into your number of cylinders. Okay. So now this pressure is 3.5 bar. I will substitute 3.5 into 10 to the power of 5 into your stroke length is 0.15 into your area of that particular thing is actually, so the diameter they are given, it is 5 by 4 into 0.1 square into your speed is actually, it is 800 because it's a 4-stroke engine. So it 800 divided by 60. If you try to put it in 60,000, it will be kilowatts directly. 60 into number of cylinders, it is 4. Okay. If I try to find this IP, I am getting around 22 or 21.99. So 22 kilowatts. So 22 into 10 to the power of 3. 22 into 10 to the power of 3. 22 into 21.99 into 10 to the power of, this is watts, or it is 22 kilowatts. So this is the value. So this particular problem is very simple. Only thing is using that mean effective pressure. So PM LAN by 60. So that particular, so PM LAN by 60 into number of cylinders. If it's a single cylinder engine, it's easy, much easier for you. So just multiply by 1. If the multiple cylinder engine, they have to multiply by how many number of cylinders they keep. Okay. This is a number, that's fine. So 3.5 bar, so this particular thing, mean effective pressure is 3.5 bar and your indicated power is 22 kilowatts. This is a 4-stroke engine. Okay, let's now try to take the second problem. Simple problem, this is a simple problem, we'll try to wind up after doing this particular problem. Okay, so this is the second problem. A gasoline engine working on an auto cycle consumes 8 liters of petrol per hour and develops 25 kilowatts. If the specific gravity of the fuel is 0.75 and its lower calorific value or calorific value is 44,000 megajoules or 44,000 kilojoules or 44 megajoules per kg, determine the indicated thermal efficiency of the engine. Okay, so let's try to solve this problem. Solution. Okay. So what they are given? So they are given the fuel consumption. Okay, fuel consumed per hour. They are given fuel consumed, that is mass of fuel consumed per hour. It is actually 8 liters. Okay, so 8 liters means it's 8,000 cc. Okay, 8,000 cc. So it 8,033 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by 3,600. Okay, now if I try to put that particular thing, the time in terms of 3,600 and all, I will be directly getting in terms of kg per second. So 8,000 liters to 10 to the power of 3, so divided by 3,600. Okay, then they are given the indicated power, that is it is developing IP of 25 kilowatts. Okay, 25 kilowatts, and they are given the specific gravity as 0.75 and the calorific value as 44,000 kilojoules kg. So this is what they are given. So what we are supposed to find? We are supposed to find the indicated thermal efficiency. Okay, let's try to find this mass of fuel consumed. See, this mass of fuel rate which is there in cc per second, we'll try to get it in terms of kg per second. See, mass of fuel consumed in kg per second. Okay, that is m dot of, this is in cc. Okay, this is nothing but your the fuel which is mf, we call this as simply m. So this is m into specific gravity divided by, so converting that cc to liter kg actually divided by 1000 into the time. Okay, that is 3,600 because I want it in seconds, which is already there actually. So this time, this particular, this is the t what I used. Okay, so this is 8 into 10 to the power of 3 into 0.75 divided by 1000 into 3,600. If I do, so I am getting around 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 3 kg per second. So this is the mass of fuel. Now what is your indicated thermal efficiency? So indicated thermal efficiency. Indicated thermal efficiency, that is eta ITH, is given by indicated power divided by heat supplied. Okay, that is QH. This is IP which is given in the problem, which is 25 kilowatts. This is actually the mass of fuel into calorific value. So your IP is actually, they are given it is 25 kilowatts. It is 25 into 10 to the power of 3. So your mass of fuel, it is 1.67 into 10 to the power of 3. 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 3 into CV is 44,000 into 10 to the power of 3 because it's kilojoules per kg. Either you can, if you try to keep your IP in kilowatts, so the numerator and denominator can be kept in kilowatts and you will get it. So if I try to find it, I am getting around 0.3402 or 34.02%. This is my indicated thermal efficiency, which is 34%. So roughly you can call it as 34%.